Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is the Indie Game of the Week, Shadowrun Chronicles Boston Lockdown, and thank you for watching. My, oh my, how far we have come, guys, since the first time we looked at this title, guys, when it was in early access, guys, to the very improved state that it is in now. This is a game, guys. Not just some levels that are scraped together in a kind of weird mismatch of features and weirdness and a couple of dialogue boxes and supposedly co-op missions. This is a game. This is something that's a completed package finally, and it's a good game. There's some things I like about it. There's some things that I still think need improvement though. But if you don't know what Shadowrun Chronicles is, it is a turn-based tactical strategy RPG, guys. Think XCOM meets D&D, for lack of a better term. And then obviously I apply a big ol' helping of cyberpunk, aesthetics from, the language, the graphics, everything is cyberpunky is the best way to describe it. Now, at first, this was Shadowrun Online, and it was on early access for a very long time. But after a name change, here we are, guys. Shadowrun Chronicles released on April 2015. It was developed and published by Cliffhanger Productions. You can go ahead and get Shadowrun Chronicles on Steam for the first week sale price of $29.99 or $39.99 normally. So if you have any inkling, any kind of little thing whispering inside of you, hey, you might want to play this game, that you might even enjoy this game just a little bit, I would suggest you just jump on that sale, jump on that price, and save yourself a couple of bucks right away, guys. Now, there's also a whole bunch of packages that come with exclusives and, art books and all that good kind of stuff if you're into that type of thing. If you want to support the developers, I always encourage that as well, guys. These are, any developers work their asses off trying to make innovative, cool games for us, guys. So it's always nice to support the developers. Now, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into the game here. We're going to look at the options. And the options are not necessarily really all that complicated. This hasn't really changed from, let's say, early access to this point in time. You basically, when you start up the game, you have like a little screen that kind of pops up. It lets you load into the server. You have to create a login, etc., etc., etc. Well, not if you're using Steam, but basically it allows you to change the resolution. And the game does feature 1080p resolution, but as far as graphics manipulation go, there really isn't much. There really isn't, it's not that much. There isn't much at all. You have some sound sliders right here, which that's basically kind of covers it aside from the general settings you see right here. And that's because Shadowrun Chronicles, even in its early access state, even its current state right now, has never been too much of a graphically complex game. It's very simplistic looking. It does a good job of using the graphics that it has, but this isn't anything that requires too much of a dynamic shading or advanced shadows and anthropomorphic stuff and all that good kind of crap, guys. It doesn't really require that, so it's just simple as far as the options go. It does not feature any controller support, guys, but the game does feature steamy goodness in the form of Steam achievements and Steam cards. So let's go ahead and get into the character creator. Couple things to note though is that this game is kind of one of those games that's always on, I guess is what the term is. You have to connect to their servers for you to create a character, for you to play their missions. So if you're not a person who always has a steady internet connection, this could be a problem. You could be disconnected from the server in the middle of a mission and have to do everything all over again. So keep that in mind. It is an always on game. You need to connect to their servers. If their servers are down, you're not going to be able to play. It's just one of the things that just is in the game. There's nothing we can do about it. That's just the way it works right now. So, this is the character creator, and this looks somewhat semi-familiar from the last character creator that we saw. There hasn't been too many improvements, to be honest with you. Like, for one thing, I would love to be able to kind of zoom, but we can't do that right now. But, I mean, it's still a fairly well-done character creator. There's some races here. We have human, orc, elf, troll, dwarf, and back to human again. You get the basic idea. There's quite a few races here from Shadowrun, but they've also have their own statistics that they all bring to the table. So depending on what kind of character you want to make, and I can't underline that enough, that they do a really good job of letting you create a specific Shadowrun runner to kind of your taste and your liking. They do let you kind of micromanage all the statistics. So like if you want to have a character who's really focused on critting, or a character who's really focused on accuracy, or a character who's focused on massive damage but only hits occasionally, you can kind of play with statistics between this and the backgrounds, which basically kind of give you a little bit more, I guess, role-playing aesthetics as well as statistical information. And there's also, of course, the portraits and avatars here. And I will say that, like I said, it does a pretty good job of letting you mess around with your character. You can make a lot of different kinds of characters here. I've seen some pretty crazy characters. We'll go with that hair. We'll go with a beard. We gotta have a beard. Let's have the big. Can we have? There we go. Perfect. Love it. Skin color. He's a troll, so he's gotta be green. I mean, trolls are green. At least in my book, they are. Horns. He's a little horny. He looks like the devil now. I like it. Devil it is. Identify yourself. Where's the name? Okay, here we go. We'll call him McSlappy. Why McSlappy? Because that's the first thing that popped into my head, and I just want to show you this. I already have another character who we're going to show off in a bit anyways. This is kind of the intro to the game, which apparently it just skipped. Shit. I apologize about that, guys. I had to go back and create another character, but I don't want you guys to miss this part, so here we are again. Shadowrun, a movement, action, or series such made in carrying out plans which are legal or quasi-legal. Year 2076, 65 years after the Awakening. The Awakening marked the beginning of the sixth world of the Mayan calendar when magic returned to the world and I lost. I can't read it. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. Here we are, though. This is the beginning scenes of Shadowrun Chronicles, guys, here.
Boston Metroplex.
The game does have a little bit of voice work, by the way.
American States, also known as UCAS.
UCAS. Now, this game does have a kind of an extensive single-player campaign to it, guys. From what I understand, it's very long. I can't comment on how long it is, but from what I understand, the game does have a mega crap ton of replay value. It has a lot of missions to it that justifies that price of, $39.99. There's going to be definitely enough missions here
now ready for
you to bite into and for you to enjoy. Subject now ready for
Anesthetization started.
Prepare cortex replacement.
Cortex prepared. The command unit.
Hush, we should not discuss this.
Malfunction in anesthetization unit. We need to...
Patient is regaining consciousness. Administer...
Let me... What are you...
There's McSlappy too, by the way.
I'm sorry. Please, lie down. You were in an accident. Everything...
No! Put that thing away.
No, stay down, you...
What are you doing? Please, stay back. This is all a misunderstanding.
Oh, no! So the game kind of starts off a little bit mysteriously.
What happened? Why are all these guys dead? Never mind. Get out of there before security catches you.
Where am I?
An underground research facility. You were heavily sedated. You're probably feeling a little out of it. Focus on my voice, and I'll guide you through.
What do I do?
Look for a way to open the door. There must be a button nearby.
Alright, now if anybody who's watched the videos I may have done on this is all going to look very familiar. This, as far as the aesthetically, the graphics are concerned, Shadowrun Chronicles has not really changed that much from early access. But to be honest with you, though, it's because it always looked good when it was in early access. There's a lot of detail here. There's always been a lot of little neat things about the graphics of Shadowrun Chronicles, guys, that I've always liked, and it's always had a really good, pleasing aesthetic to it all. Now, again, this is all very much, tactical, turn-based RPG kind of tactics. On the top left, we have my health, my mana bar, and the number of action points I have available. It's a very simplistic action system currently at this point. There's a couple things that are just really simplistic. You always are going to have two weapons of some sort, which is usually going to be your main weapon and then usually a backup weapon, probably a melee weapon or some other kind of gun maybe that you feel that need to have in case of different situations. But like I said, it hasn't changed too terribly much as far as the UI goes. On the top we have our mission objectives, on the bottom we have our weapons, and then usually by the weapons we have our abilities, which is like stun or slam or whatever abilities we gain access to with the skill trees. So we're going to basically hit our buttons. Right now we're not really in any kind of danger of combat.
Now, move along quickly. We need to get you...
So we're kind of free to kind of just move about and click on things and just kind of mess around, look at stuff that we want to see here. It gives us basic general tips.
What happened?
You were knocked out. They took you.
Like I said, there's a story here, something for you to kind of bite into and enjoy. Now, when you basically enter combat, you're going to get a turn, the enemy's going to get a turn. Usually, melee is going to be a preferred thing to do, unless you screwed up like I just did. Let's beat him with our melee stick. There we go. Tampa. There we go. We took him out.
Now, open that door over there. You can't...
Again, this is all very simplistic. There's just little icons that you can interact with, get more information about things, or, hack a door, perhaps get some sort of treasure, all sorts of stuff like that,
Watch
guys.
out! They have
I'll need to take them.
flanked them.
Of course, there's a cover system in the game, which I just did a terrible job of showing you.
Good. You're in cover now. They'll have a harder time hitting.
Don't remember.
Keep moving.
And basically, as you can see, every time you kind of move behind an object, you can see how that object's going to obviously affect your cover. Full shield is better than I don't even think there is a half shield in this particular version of the game. I don't even know. Was there ever a half shield? I don't think there was ever a half shield. But basically, yeah. If you're behind cover, it's going to give you little bonuses. You know, a chance to not get hit. Always a good idea to always be behind cover. He's going to take a shot now. We're going to move here, which will flank him, which will give me...
See?
Will nullify his cover, of course, which is basically, this is just kind of like a quick tutorial mission. Them teaching you essentially how to play the game. I'm pretty familiar with Shadowrun here. I've been playing Shadowrun Chronicles for quite a while.
See, that wasn't so hard.
And checking the game out.
How's that head of yours? Anything coming?
Thanks.
Alright, so basically we've completed the mission. We got some karma, which is going to allow us to pick some new abilities, access our skill trees, and this is kind of, like I said, now that we got to the tutorial part of the game, this is where we get access to all of the rest of the features in the game. 4 weeks earlier. Leather District, April 4th, 2076.
Life has been tough lately. You're out of luck and low on nuyen, and you need a job that pays. RC, a friend of yours, has put in a word with a local fixer. So you make your way to the Leather District to meet him. They used to call that neighborhood the Combat Zone. Things haven't changed much, it seems.
As far as the voice work goes, I find myself a little bit 50-50 about it. It depends on the character. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it feels like it feels natural, sometimes it feels a little bit forced, I will say, the voice work. It's a little strange. I don't mind it. It just sometimes you're like, oh, okay, it sounds like they're acting like the character in a weird way. You'd have to you'll see what I mean in a bit. Now, this is the skill tree. This is one of the main things I actually enjoy about Shadowrun Chronicles, guys, is this kind of gives you that complexity to the character creation aspect to it, because Shadowrun's a game about not necessarily being defined by a class. There's no warriors, there's no, clerics or mages. It's everybody is runner. That's basically it. Everyone can do everything. It just depends on how many skill points you invest into something that makes you good at one particular thing or not. So there's a lot of different kinds of skill trees here. There's mind, body, summoning, spellcasting, blades, blunts. You see them all right there. Pistols, shotguns, automatics, hacking, and rigging. And all of them basically have their own skill tree attached to them. So like there's quick shot if you use a pistol. You basically can get all the way down to lucky charm, and it has all different kinds of skills there as well. It all really depends on what kind of character you want to make. For the most part, each skill tree has kind of like a predetermined path. There isn't multiple paths per skill tree. There's just kind of one basic path right now. That may change in the future, but for now there's just one simplistic path to go down right now. Which basically, as you can see right here. And we can basically, of course, you can make a rigger, you can make a caster. The only one I don't think is currently in the game is the physical fighter, like basically, which was the monk. I don't see that class here for you to mess around with. Now, you're basically going to usually pick one of the basic, battle skills, I guess you could say, which would usually fall between, guns, spellcasting, summoning, blades, and then you have mind and body, which allow you to kind of access different other features. For instance, lockpicking or demolish, which are things that you can interact with on the field that allow you to get either treasure or get yourself into a position to ambush enemies. Mind is more or less the same kind of thing. You have hacking and organ harvesting. These basically are, again, for different kinds of aspects that you want to get into a position, or you might find treasure. If you're an organ harvester, you could sell it for money, nuyen, whatever you want to call it, and you have that option available to you. So I'm going to actually go hit back now. And there's also, of course, the extensive character creator here. You can basically pick your weapons, all that good kind of stuff. Again, you can always have 2 weapons plus 2 tactical items. It gives you a lot of information, statistics about your character, their hit points, their sprint, their essence. You can, of course, choose your character's overall design and look. And these are items that you can actually also find throughout the entire game as well. You don't necessarily have to just be stuck with these particular choices. There's lots of different choices that you can unlock actually by just playing the game and finding items. Like you can find pants or a jacket. These are just some of the basics starting. I will say that they do a pretty good job of letting you pick some interesting looks. I've seen a lot of different unique characters. Even though I will say I wish they'd let you have a little bit more different kinds of pants types. A lot of these pants are for chicks, I will say that much. Well, maybe they looks like they might have... Yeah, well, anyway, you get the basic idea. And then you, of course, end up in this hub area. Now, some of the white names that you're seeing around here, these are actual players. So the Pain, there's an actual player. Black Widow's a player. These are all players in this hub world area, which allows you to do a lot of shopping, get access to missions, and basically hook up with other runners and go on co-op missions. And that's a huge aspect of the game as well, is you can do co-op missions with other people. You don't have to play the game single player. You have that option available to you, but for the most part, you can play it with other players as well. I'm gonna go ahead and switch characters here, which is as simple as just, hitting the button and flipping through it. And then I can show you my current main character, who I've been playing for about, 2 hours or so, and then we'll maybe show off what a mission looks like. So this is Martyr. This is Martyr, guys. He's a little bit, flamboyant. He has long hair, glasses, a little bit of douche. One thing I will say about the UI is that it's not necessarily the most responsive thing. Like right now, there's like no hotkeys to activate really anything, it would seem. It's not the world's greatest AI, to be honest with you. It needs improvement, to be honest with you. Also, you can't spin the camera in this particular hub area. These are all the shops, by the way. Magical, guns, armor, cyber installation, basically cybernetic implants, melee weapons, rigging weapons, computer parts like that. This is my character right here. I basically have trained him in pistols. He currently has different kinds of weapons. Some of them I bought, some of them I found. And these is kind of the way I designed him. Yeah, he looks like a little bit like a douche, but I like him. So as far as the bottom left goes, there is a chat log here that allows you to kind of communicate with other players right there. You can kind of talk to them, see what you can find out for them, hang out with them, group up with them. You also have a friends list. And that kind of covers the basic UI. Like I said, it's not the world's greatest UI. It's okay. So we're on our way to a mission right now. There is, of course, we're going to talk to a lot of people, by the way. There's voice acting in this game as well. It's actually something I kind of want to show off. We're going to talk to Jane really quick. She has something she wants to say. Jane always chatting me up.
That went well.
I think we did great. Even though I don't like being out in the streets so much.
Why not?
The meat space is just so slow.
You see what I mean? The graphics are very simplistic. It's not necessarily...
Space.
When you zoom in really close, you can definitely see, like, for instance, she only has, like, I think, 3 fingers. The graphics are very, very simplistic.
So you're a stay-at-home Shadowrunner?
Shush! You have no idea what you're missing out on. You'll be glad I have your back.
I guess they're trying to do a Boston accent. Anyways, so we got the basic idea. You can kind of interact with people. Certain people have like a little bit of something to say about the storyline. There's side missions, all that good kind of stuff. But let's get into the action. Let's get into the nitty gritty of things. Let's go on a mission. Now, when we go on a mission, we could, of course, take another player with us, but we also have the option to take a henchman with us. So we're going to go ahead and take, I don't want to focus on this too long. We're going to go ahead and take Angelica here. Whoa! Oh my! I think Martyr's found a wife. Okay, anyways. We're going to take Angelica here. And one thing I will say, there's currently no NPC kind of customization. You can't pick somebody and kind of craft them the way you want them. You kind of just have this list of people that you can go from, and you have to figure out who you want from that. It's something that hopefully will change in the future, but for now it's rather simplistic, but it just lets you play the game by yourself if you want. Some missions require more than just 2 characters, by the way. You can go all the way up to 4 people. It can get pretty crazy, the amount of players you need per mission. So we're going to load into a mission here. Again, this is that always online feature. So we need to kind of be connected to their server for this to work.
Good day, and welcome to your first Matrix-supported run. Please fasten your body armor and make sure that all weapons are loaded and pointed towards bad people at all times.
Reading you loud and clear. Can you see us?
Affirmative. The cameras in the hallway are under my control.
So you'll be our eyes and ears.
Eyes, ears, and digital fairy godmother. I've disabled all connections to the outside, so you should have a clear field for the next 10 minutes or so.
Thanks. Anything you can tell me about the security here?
Meat bodies, most likely. I can't get into the apartment cameras without them noticing, but the power draw suggests some automated defenses.
Sentry guns. Great.
All right. Now, the game does have a focus on being a difficult game. And that is something that was kind of true even in early access, is that this was never an easy game to play, guys. It is a very difficult game and can be quite challenging. So you always kind of want to experiment, basically, is the best way to describe it. Always have a strategy that if you can have, always try to, you know, keep a very team with you at all times. So we're going to go ahead and move down the hallway here. Again, we get 2 actions per character, and then we can just hit the end turn button, and then the enemy takes their turn. We're going to see if this button helps us.
Open up. Maintenance crew.
Go away. I'm the janitor, and you are no maintenance crew.
Well, you got us there. Can you help us out? Maybe cut the power to the apartment across the hallway?
Oh, you don't want to go in there.
Is he drunk? I'm guessing he's drunk.
So they're not your favorite tenants, I take it. What if they had to move out all of a sudden?
Yeah, I get it. You'll go on a murderous rampage.
You see, the voice acting is just a little exaggerated. That's what I was talking about. It doesn't necessarily feel...
A beer first.
It doesn't feel necessarily always authentic. Sometimes it feels a little bit exaggerated. It doesn't bother me too much, but it's just something I
You heard
noticed.
me. Get me a drink. Vending machines out there. No way I'm going out there before the cops have come and gone.
So he wants a drink. Okay. Great. Now I'm on a fetch quest.
Are you really fetching beer for a drunk janitor?
Shut up.
Yeah, shut up, Jane. Who asked your opinion, woman? Go clicky clickety. Okay. As far as bugs go, by the way,
Thanks. That'll keep me.
the game doesn't really have that many bugs. Sometimes the UI
You might want to
doesn't respond as fast as I would like it to, and there's also a couple times that I've been disconnected from the server in the middle of a mission and had to restart that all over again. But I think that's just day 1 bugs. That's just things that they're going to just clean up, kind of polish and fix up there. It's not necessarily... The game is very well made. There really isn't really that many bugs at all to speak of. Excuse me.
Next to the stairs?
Yeah, I kept telling them not to plug their illegal dreck into the house circuits, but they won't.
All right. So I guess we got to go to the end of the stairs here and go play with that, huh? All right. Let's go do that then. You, lady, would you like back me up? My future wife? Baby, I love that blue hair of yours. Oops, that was a mistake. That's okay. We'll just hit skip around here. We're just gonna hit the button. Hit the button.
House grid shows a sharp power drop inside the apartment. Not the primary circuits, but whatever they hooked up to the auxiliaries.
Okay. So we want to go with this door? Hi.
Have we here someone with a deck?
You know, I probably should have planned this a little bit more tactically and had my people in position before he's gonna run over and stab me to death. Or, you know, apparently he's just gonna run around me like an idiot. I'm cool with that. What does that guy have? You can, by the way, zoom in quite a bit. You can turn the camera with the Q and E buttons. It's pretty easy to control overall environment, and it does rather kind of spin very smoothly as well. I'm gonna go ahead and use Lucky Shot too, one of my abilities here. Actually, you know what? We'll go with Quick Shot. We're gonna get a quick crit chance on this guy. Nope, didn't happen. That's okay though. She can finish him off. She has a 100% chance to hit. He's dead. He missed. We'll go with another quick shot on this guy, right? Can we do that? Yeah. Or, you know, not. That works too. Alright, let's use one of her abilities. We'll use Power Bolt. That's what she has right now. Used up a little mana to hit him with that, but that's okay. I think it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Let's go with Lucky Shot. This should hopefully kill him. We are, you know, we gotta flank him and get him into a flanking position to kill him. That would be probably helpful. As far as like the number schemes goes, the randomly generated number schemes, it seems a little bit wonky depending on what situation you get yourself into. Like I was right beside that guy. I still only had 55% chance to hit. Some personal information there. Let's keep moving along. We're gonna go to the door. I hope I clicked the right spot. Totally didn't, but that's okay. Why are you smashing pots, Brunhilde? Angelica, whatever your name is. Go there. And turn. It's very simplistic combat-wise, to be honest with you. And it's simplistic actually maybe to a little bit of a fault. I enjoy the combat. It can get very difficult, can get very fast. But there's a couple things that are kind of missing from the combat sometimes. Like there's no like Overwatch to speak of, or like a hunker down. There's no abilities that let you define yourself a little bit more in your position in combat. It's just, you know, interact, shoot, hide behind something, use a power up, use an ability. That's kind of the simplicity of the combat right now. Again, that may be something that changes a little bit more in the future. It works for what it is right now. It's just, it could be used a little bit more complexity to it. That's the best way to describe it. What the hell?
Some nerve coming here. You have no idea what you have gotten yourself into.
That dude is fabulous. Fabulous, I have to say. I love that guy's do. We're gonna move here. We're gonna summon a bear, which is what her ability does. Clickety, clickety. There we go. A little bit of delayed response there sometimes, but that's okay. We got a little bear friend here now. He's gonna go bite that dude's ass. Rip him apart, yes. Eat his face. Enemy's turn. I shot my bear. Always a good idea, by the way, to have damn. Okay, well we gotta kill that guy, obviously. We're gonna. I'm thinking here. Vase is not cover. Bear move into position. Bite that dude in the ass. Good shot. I'm gonna see. You know what? I also need to reload soon. Dang. Just looking at this, looking at my position here. I'll just shoot the illusion. See if I can get rid of one of the illusions. Do I need to reload? Do I not have bullets? Good God, that's not kill the illusion. That's kind of strange. Alright, 50% chance. Kill one of the illusions, please. You know, or miss. That works too. We may die. Combat is a little laggy right now. I don't really know why. Oh, he killed my bear and shot me. That's the... Oh God. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. You need to reload. Okay, and then I can pop one of them. Let's pop the one with 100% chance to hit. He's done. I don't know what that is, but he's having a good time there on the floor. We're gonna go with this guy. He's almost done. Hit him with your magic. You know, or don't. That works too. Oh my God, he's creating more illusions! Alright, so we obviously gotta just aim for this guy. That's what we gotta do here. It's a good thing they can't hit for worth a damn.
He must be using illusion magic.
Yeah, I got that, lady. Come on, lucky shot. Wow, we hit him hard, but he did not die. Okay, we're gonna go here. And then try to hit 50-50 chance. There we go. There we go. We're taking him down slowly. It's okay if my henchman dies. I could really give a crap if she dies. Oh my God, they're just wailing on her. We'll just try to shoot him again. Shoot him again. We got a lucky crit there, it looks like, so I get to shoot again because that's kind of my power. But I have to reload, so I don't get to do squats. Do I? Do I get to do squat? I get to again. But I missed. Alright, let's go here. And shoot him. He's almost dead. Almost dead. We can survive this round. No, I don't think my henchman's going to, but that's what she's there for, after all. All right, die.
We made it out alive, but Luna got away. Some sort of mad.
Don't be too hard on yourself. You're not the first person she's escaped from.
Any intel on the guy she was meeting?
All I heard was mage talk, but I am checking his background.
Not much to show for then. And now Luna knows we're onto her.
You can't always win. At least we stopped her from whatever she...
All right, now basically the mission's just about over. We got some karma here, but there's a lot of different ways that could have gone. There's definitely multiple paths to speak of, guys. That was kind of a more of a straightforward mission, not necessarily showing off as much as I'd like to have shown off in this particular video. But there's a lot of things that you can interact with, like your lock-picking skills, your bashing skills. There's a lot of things that you can interact with the environment, a lot of different paths you can take for you to use your different abilities and use them to your advantage. Decking basically can hack into robots, some mechanical things. From what I understand, there is no Matrix currently in this game. I don't know if there is ever going to be, for that matter, and that is something that is to be considered if you're a fan of the the Matrix running aspect of the game, guys. So just quick rundown, because this is a pretty complex game. I just want to run through it all, guys. Like I said, there's the character creation, you have that co-op, skills, weapons, those different kinds of branching paths and combat. That every skill brings something a little bit different, guys. But there is some ways that I feel like this game can be improved. You can have some voice chatting, which would be kind of cool. PvP. Like I said, they need to clean up the UI, add some hot buttons, which would be nice. The story, from what I understand, also is a little bit linear. There is not much as role-playing aspect to it. So let's say something like Shadowrun Returns. Like I said, there's no Matrix. They could add crafting, custom NPCs, and like I said, I really would like those extra combat options. I feel stupid standing in front of a door when I know bad guys are going to come through it, and I just let them run through it instead of shooting them in the face. So like I said, it's come a long way. There's a lot of cool things. There's a lot of things I like here. It's a really fun game. I think alone for the fact that you can run, missions with your friends makes this game worth it. But in this, it also has a lot of room to grow as well, guys. So I just want to say big thanks to the developer for a chance to play this game. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share, guys, and I'll keep bringing you awesome indie games, guys. If you really enjoyed this video, maybe consider hitting up that tip jar if you're feeling generous of heart. All tips go to improving the channel or future giveaways. By the way, his walk is so silly. They really need to change the way dudes walk in this game. It looks like they have a stick shoved right up there. It's kind of hilarious. Till next time, guys, play more indie games.